This is like when anime and American cartoons are basically raw dogging each other and they accidentally get pregnant. This is the type of animation style this is, and I know we've seen it in other projects before, but I'm fucking loving this shit. YouTube, what's goody? Today we are checking out My Adventures with Superman. This is on Adult Swim. This shit was just released on Friday, July 6th.
You are so dumb.
And I gotta be honest, this is pretty cool. Now, if you guys know me, you guys know that I have a certain amount of disdain for the live action DC that Warner Brothers has been dropping ever since Christopher Nolan's Batman series. Everything after that has been in question. But when it comes to the animated series, animated universe, whatever the fuck you want to call it, DC is on top of their fucking game. Now, if you haven't seen the trailer or you haven't seen the first episode, this is like when anime and American cartoons are basically raw dogging each other and they accidentally get pregnant. This is the type of animation style this is, and I know we've seen it in other projects before, but I'm fucking loving this shit. Like, I'll give you an example. Anytime that any form of media is created, especially around superheroes or people with superpowers, I'm fucking critical of the special effects, the animation, on how they portray superpowers. And I feel like this series and this animation, they do it really, really good, right? The Flash, again, that movie, whatever. But the slow motion running and the CGI with the babies, all of that, it just portrays the Flash's power as mediocre. It doesn't do it justice. Whereas in this series, Superman's speed, Clark Kent's speed, is portrayed phenomenal. I love it. I really, really think the animation team is off to a good start as far as this first episode. I don't know if we're going to be introduced to different type of superheroes or different type of villains. I know this first episode is surrounded by these mechanic or mech robots, which is pretty cool. But we get to see Superman using his super speed, we get to see laser vision, and we get to see flight. Those are like pretty much the standards when it comes to Superman. The episode starts off with a young Clark Kent. The setting is at his house. You know, it's in the middle of fucking East Kentucky somewhere, but this is like the awakening of his powers. See some woman coming down the street, she's speeding, she hits a pothole, she's got her baby in the car, and then we get a first glimpse of Clark Kent actually using his powers, using super speed, and then his strength to slow down the car. At the same time, he's got something stuck in the tree, and then he flies, and then boom, that's like the awakening of Superman or his superpowers. Fast forwarding, now he is, I guess, like a college graduate or some shit, and now he's an intern at the Daily Bugle. And here we're introduced to the crew. We got a younger Lois Lane, obviously, and Jimmy Olsen. Sorry for all the gingers. It seems like Hollywood and media just wants to replace all of the redheads with the black people. I'm sorry, I wouldn't have it that way, but whatever.
That's cap. That's cap.
I like that the episode wasn't solely around Clark Kent. Like, they highlighted Lois Lane. She's kind of like an ambitious hothead who's impulsive, and she's trying to break her first story even though she's an intern, and her boss is like, yo, get the fuck out of here. We got Jimmy and Clark, who are brand new, who she's supposed to be mentoring as an intern, which is just getting coffee and making fucking copies of newspapers and shit, but they're kind of like following her lead. Jimmy Olsen is like a fucking, what's that shit where you like believe in UFOs and aliens and all these different type of conspiracy theories. And I like that he kind of drops different Easter eggs. Like he mentions like Atlanteans. I think he mentioned like Gorilla Grodd or some shit like that. But all in all, we're getting to see the personality of the outside characters outside of Clark Kent. I mean, we know Clark Kent is fucking boring as fuck. But he's supposed to be that way. We know Superman's not boring, but Clark Kent, I mean, come on, he wears fucking glasses, suspenders, and he's just trying to conceal his identity. I mean, of course he's going to be boring. He's trying to mimic what humans are to him. I mean, all in all, this first episode is dope. I mean, they're going on a mission and trying to uncover or get some evidence of this robot tech that's being used. And in the midst of it, while their boss is like, yo, if you guys don't stop this, you're going to get fired. They get into it with the fucking robots. Clark has to use his superpowers to save Jimmy and Lois. And I could see the shenanigans that they're going to be getting into within the next couple of episodes. I hope so, because this first episode, this is a really great introduction. I want to see the path that they're going to take. Obviously, the show is called My Adventures with Superman. So they're going to be highlighting a lot of the characters around Superman. Or maybe that just means My Adventures with Superman, but it's from Clark Kent's perspective. I don't know. But either way, this episode alone, fire. Animation, fire. Highly recommend this. If you like this review, make sure you sub the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Do all the shit that all the YouTubers ask you to do. And I will see you guys for the next fucking review. Later.